Hello everyone. This is a much more serious video than I normally do, and it's kind of ironic, especially after I make a video about the character from Cyberpunk Edgerunners, David Martinez, being flung into the stratosphere on the Jarvis and Ejorg, but it's whatever. This video is also in collaboration with my friend Maybe Max, and I'll put a picture up on screen so you can find him and check him out and make sure to subscribe. A lot of people from my Discord server are involved too, like Flick, or Alex, who is my sister, and I have some burning, pretty important information relating to the person I'm talking about that involves her. Sudri and Ruby, who is a Roblox developer who I'm friends with. Flying Pullen, or Dylan, who's also involved with this drama, who is a friend. Steam is King Productions, also known as Roy, who allowed me to post this in his server with an announcement, this video. Mashikawa, a Cambrian Coast voice actor and friend. Mark Eldrin, an old friend. Elizabeth Eris, the scriptwriter for Cambrian Coast and one of my best friends. Limitic, who is a Cambrian Coast voice actor and friend. And finally, my best friend Vio, or UN-51 and Escalation, whatever you want to call them, as they are known on Roblox and YouTube, who probably has the majority of the information on this whole thing, because they and the person I'm talking about were friends before all this for a really long time. There are also some other people involved with this who I won't directly mention because that's just going to make the intro extremely long, but I will post all of their channels in the description. It's funny, you know, I met Maybe Max because of this certain person I'm going to be talking about, and while I have no interest in Undertale, which is their main focus, we have become friends just because of this drama becoming a thing. So, it's weird how that brings people together. Alright, onto the video. I think I should give some background on this video. It's not the first idea for a response video that I've had on this person, and if you remember the time I made that video on Temiskaming in Northern Ontario 219, and the video just before it about the trip to Chapleau I had, involving Canadian Pacific Railway number 5433, this person was in some hot water in the community at the time. They left a rude comment on the 5433 video, and after that I decided to do an experiment. If they put another comment on the 219 video, I would post a response video. They never did, so that video never happened, but due to recent events, look where we are now. Finally, the responses happened. I haven't mentioned their name yet, and anyone who's even only slightly into this drama will be able to figure it out, but the person I am talking about is Ejorg, known on YouTube as Wolfel Isles, on Roblox as WolfDoggoYT, and formerly on Discord, because they deleted their account, as Endoek and a few other aliases.
You just don't care about it.
Yeah, any more words?
Wait, sire.
Elder
Is you got
Maxim.
your last name?
No. That's way off.
Hi, it's me, Ruby. Hey, Ejorg, you're a bitch.
This is Mike's, sus spot. It's also called the last sentinel. I don't know why he made this, but I think I'm going to approve it for now.
You will never drive, and you will never have a GF. Silly Ejorg. What am I doing right now?
This all started back around 2020, at least in my case. It is rumored to go back plenty more years, and the earliest record of this person being a nuisance that I can find is dated in 2019, in the long-dead Hackton and Southern Discord server owned by previously mentioned Vio, which was the main place for a Roblox game known as Switchback. But, onto my section. This is where I will mention my sister. Almost exactly 4 years ago, in October of 2020, Ejorg said to my sister that he wanted to, do things with her at his house. Fill in the blanks. My sister was very young at the time. Since we were young and stupid in the community at the time, this really didn't do much to harm Ejorg's place in the community. But I never forgot. This one event cemented my opinion on Ejorg for the next 4 years, and to this day, I never forgave him for it. To those who are close to me, it may not seem like it, as I always gave him the benefit of the doubt, but at the back of my mind, this always sat there, lurking, reminding me that Ejorg is not the way he seems on the outside. On to what Vio has provided me. This involves not only them, but an old friend who is sadly very inactive today, known as Nat. Vio has said, and you'll have to take their word for it because there's no longer a way to get photo evidence, but Ejorg strikes again. He constantly nagged Nat for pictures of his ex-girlfriends, all of whom were minors. Oh yeah, did I mention Ejorg is 22 as of today? Yeah. Anyway, after this, Nat stopped talking to him. This extends far further into the future, and not even that long ago, like at most a year, Ejorg was asking Vio if him and Nat could repair their friendship. That's rich. Here's a more lighthearted and funny one that always gets a laugh out of me. This involves my friend Elizabeth. This was only a few months ago on Midnight Racing Tokyo. Dylan, her flying Pullman, got a clip of this, which I will play now.
Is he even still driving? Hey, can you keep tabs on him with
I
free
could
cam?
make it with this car, but that's not okay. I'll get into it copyright.
You might see a car. Just look out for the pink headlights.
Okay, there's the Midnight Menace. Oh boy.
Allegedly, he just left the Tokyo Bridge. I think you skipped the turnoff. Yeah, you skipped the turnoff.
Alright.
Now, I didn't give any context to this clip, but I'm going to now. What you saw is a race between Elizabeth and her souped-up midnight purple R32 GTR, known as the Midnight Menace, and Ejorg in his interesting R34 GTR. The purpose of this race was to either end Ejorg making stuff up about Elizabeth. A notable one is that Ejorg believed she was using me to make stuff on Roblox like steam locomotives and other things. Ha! Yeah, right. The parameters were simple though. If Ejorg won, Elizabeth would have to stop being rude to him and stop saying his fictional railway known as the Wolfel Isles was a dumb idea. If she won, spoiler alert, she does, Ejorg would have to stop making things up about her and give her some in-game cash. Simple, right? Well, Ejorg wanted at first for the race to take place on Shirosada Racing Center, despite us saying it had to take place on Classic Tokyo long beforehand. After some bickering, he finally agreed, but then he had issues joining, which was because he was trying to join us from our profile on a private server and also a public server, which resulted in more bickering before he finally joined. I counted down the start, the R32 took the immediate lead of Ejorg's sloppy driving, and after all of that, the R32 won. And then afterwards, Ejorg immediately said Emily was to abide by his parameters, which she obviously denied as he didn't win, reluctantly agreeing. It lasted for a few more days, until finally, Ejorg ignored the race's bet. That's the end of the Elizabeth story. On to the next one. Oh, here we go. The reason I made this video. This started a few months ago in a group chat known as Manitowoc Lake Scenic Railway, which is a fictional Canadian railway project I still haven't really started that much apart from 2 steam locomotives and 2 diesels, those being Canadian National 126, a fictional 060, an Ontario Northland GP9, and a Sioux Line SW1500, which are all on screen right now. And it was supposed to take place around the Wawa area of Ontario, connecting the town of Hawk Junction on Algoma Central Territory to a fictional logging camp and by extension summer camp area. Setting the scene. It's a dark evening at 10:05 p.m. on August 31st, 2024, right at the end of summer. Ejorg says he wants to watch Darling in the Franxx for the second time, an anime that I used to like but now don't really like now that I've watched Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Go watch it, it's a great anime. But anyway, I post an 8-bit cover of the show's first ending song, Tarika Go, or Tarika Go? I think, yeah, Tarika Go, right after. At 10:17, he goes to watch the series. 2 minutes earlier, but before any of us noticed, it may be Max's server, maybe Max posts the allegations against Ejorg. At 10:43, only 26 minutes after Ejorg went to watch the first episode of Darling in the Franxx, which is enough time for him to finish that episode, after I told Vio and Maximo, oh yeah, I didn't mention him at the start, but his channel is Carlos the C5A Shunter, and he's a good friend. Anyway, after I told him about the whole situation, Vio started by saying, Ejorg, in the group chat. He responds, completely clueless, by saying, yes, and the next thing Vio says is, well, self-explanatory, and it only goes from there. An argument goes back and forth, I declare I'm no longer there for him, and Ejorg gets kicked. Story over, right? For the most part, yeah. He did occasionally blip in here and out with threatening persona on YouTube comments and stuff like that. But it was over. Until he posted how he took accountability, in quotation marks, when it was really just his life story. Nobody bought it, and a few days later, 2 days ago from when I'm writing the script on October 29th, Ejorg declares that I will be dead soon. Wow. He also declares maybe Max will be dead too, but it doesn't help his case. He just sent out 2 death threats in the public eye, on a YouTube community tab no less. This is because apparently it was our fault he was like this. Max comments first, that it made him laugh a little, and I follow suit saying I'm the more angry one because of him pulling this behavior behind my back despite the times I've helped him out. Ejorg replies with, I have your IP, which as we know is completely false. On the same day, he says he knows where I live, which again, isn't true. Max makes a comment on how Ejorg thinks he's Sniper Wolf, where Ejorg, in his alt account, says she would be, quote, impressed with him. Oh yeah, sure buddy, I'm sure about that one, eh? Anyway, I comment, boo-hoo, like that's ever gonna amount to much, because it isn't. Ejorg then replies with, isn't your hometown Timmins? But Timmins spelt with an O, making it Timmons, which I admit is true, but that's not enough info to find out where I live exactly. Which is more of an issue than I thought. Not for me, but the fact it's putting someone else in danger. A day later, when I was in a live meeting at the online school I'm a member of, Ejorg posts an image of a house, presumably in Timmins, effectively doxing a random person. Now this is an actual crime. I respond with ain't no way as a sarcastic remark showing that Ejorg didn't find my actual house. A string of responses follow. I asked how many times he's going to reply to this one comment, and he says until I admit it. And if Ejorg's watching, admit what? Seriously? Tell me that. I have nothing to admit. You put yourself in this situation, buddy. Anyway, Max says basically exactly what I just said, and Ejorg says another death threat towards me. How original. I said I would reply with what do I had to admit, but knowing it was pointless. I couldn't be bothered. He replies, saying that it was my choice not to save him. Obviously I didn't. He's a damn creep. Anyway, again, Lumatic, who I mentioned earlier, takes my side, and says that I tried to help out Ejorg, and despite him saying he cared, he very obviously didn't. He then says Lumatic is just like some guy Ejorg used to know. A while later, he randomly says, this is why I left Discord, out of the blue. Max has a comment I very much agree with, and Ejorg continues the conversation. Lumatic doesn't know who Tillin TDD is, but is ignored by Ejorg. A day later, approximately 5 hours ago from now, Ejorg says that he leaked my face. I got it in my notifications earlier today, and only got it about an hour after he said it. I reply with, pretty sure that's illegal, and it is. Another crime he committed. I said this because I originally didn't believe him, but after going to the community tab once more, there it was. My personal photo of my recent vacation to St. Thomas, Ontario, when I stood on the rear deck of the gift shop Canadian National Railways caboose near the giant elephant exhibit. He brings out the classic Ejorg insult, which dates back a little while, saying I look like Wilbur Soot, which I don't consider an insult because Wilbur isn't exactly bad looking, but I also do at the same time, as he was involved with a titanic load of controversy not too long ago. And I think Ejorg's the creepy one for keeping an image of me on his hard drive, because you've got to remember, like all the other victims in this video, I'm a minor too. I'm 15 years old. Anyway, I respond saying that it is not legal to do this, obviously. Max posts some more thoughtful comments, and even Elizabeth gets on the comment train. To respond to her NPC comment though, yeah, I agree. Also, what's up with the way I'm standing? Anyway, some people from Max's server show up and comment, and that is the end of the drama from this point on. So, what now? Well, it's a real danger he's posing here. I don't care too much about the face leak, as I have 2 videos on the back burner I still need to make, and both of which have my face in it. But about the house image, that's more concerning. If Ejorg goes, and this is something utterly insane to think because of his position, having some problems and strict parents, but if he somehow manages to go to my hometown and go to this house, whoever lives there will be in danger. That's what I want to make known in this video, and that's how I want to conclude my part of this story. I will now continue this video with maybe Max's side of the situation. Take it away, Max.
Hello. Yeah, so as Gunnar said, I'm maybe Max, or that's what I'm known by. You guys can just call me Max. Yeah, so I've also had a history with Wolfel, or Ejorg, or whatever we're calling him. Yeah, shocker. So join me as I recount the he's pulled over the past few months. So it all started a few months ago when Wolfel Isles just kind of joined my stream one day, and I thought nothing of it. You know, it's like, yeah, it's nice to have a new face around. He started shipping my IRL brother, which, if you're wondering, my brother is trans female to male. So yeah, Wolfel didn't know that and thought it was another female minor. So yeah, he just saw that as another person he wanted to do things with. But anyways, so basically, first off, he tried to force Christianity on me, which I used to be religious, but I'm not anymore because I've had really bad experiences with religion. And he said I, quote, needed to be Christian. I actually modded one of my friends who stood up for me. This friend was someone I'd known for like for a few months before that. And Ejorg, who I had just met at that point, started begging for mod, and like I told him no, and he said that he'd be a good mod immediately after his shit caused me to be a mod. Yeah, so anyways, he also tried desperately to get in contact with my brother, and he was being overall creepy. He shipped me and my brother to IRL minors. I was 15 at the time, and my brother was 11. We're 12 and 16 now. We didn't, we were very uncomfortable by it. My brother just outright called him a pedophile, but I didn't, you see, I have this thing where, like, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Oh yeah, by the way, all this is unscripted, so it's gonna be, and it's all in one take. But we're like, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, like, so I sometimes do things I probably shouldn't in order to not hurt people's feelings. Which, quite frankly, I should have avoided. I should have just banned Wolfel when the red flags kind of, like, became very apparent. And, but this all came to a thing where, like, I was, like, very fed up with it in like, September. I was in a group chat with me and some friends, so I did a poll in the group chat. I'm like, hey, this guy's been making me very uncomfortable, the guy in question being Wolfel, and everyone said, yes, you should absolutely ban this guy, so I did. Wolfel actually asked if I was hacked, and then gave me a death threat in the same stream after I banned his alt from my stream, because he asked if I was hacked on his alt. And I announced to the server that, that he was a creep, a loser, a piece of shit, all the stuff, and yeah, now me and Railroader are Gunner, or whatever he's going by in this video. I don't know. We're now collaborating on this exposed video. So final message, Ejorg, if you're watching this, fuck you. Never try to get in contact with me or my brother ever again.
Ooh, alright. That's a massive, massive can of worms then, isn't it? Never thought I would have to do a video like this, but looks like that's where we are in this community. Sometimes the railroad community confuses me, man. Sometimes. Anyway, we'll see you on the flip side, referring to everyone who helped make this video, and thanks for watching. And one more thing, be careful about who you trust on the internet. Today has made that all too clear.
Mm-hmm.